How's it going, guys? It's Gavin here from Deep Blue Tutorials. Welcome to your second tutorial in WordPress. Today we're going to be downloading WordPress, we're going to install it, we're going to create our database, and we're going to view our very first site. And to get straight into it, we're going to go straight away to our web browser. We're going to go up to the URL. We're going to type in www.wordpress.org. Make sure it's .org and not .com. There is a difference to both. .org will ensure that you have to host it yourself on your own domain name. .com will make you use the WordPress.com domain. Now in here, we're not going to do anything drastic at all. All we're going to do is press download WordPress 3.3.1. And then when it brings you to this page, go over here, download the zip file. Once that's downloaded, we're going to go to our downloads folder. We're going to see the zip file we just downloaded. I'm going to extract that. Just extract it to the location it's already in. Now, once that's extracted, you'll see the folder here. We're going to go into that folder, and this WordPress folder that's created here, we're going to copy that. Now we're going to go to our local disk. Go to Examp, wherever you installed that. Now in Examp, a htdocs folder is created. In this htdocs folder is where you will put all your sites. This is the only place you can view your sites as if they were on your own server. So you have to make sure you put any folders for any sites in this folder here. Now all we're going to do in here is we're going to paste it. Now once that's pasted in, next what we've got to do is we've got to create the database. And the database is just where we're going to store all our data from our WordPress site, and WordPress does store quite a lot of data. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our web browser. We're going to go up to our address bar here. We're going to type in localhost/phpMyAdmin. This is a service that would have been installed when you installed Examp. It is basically, in simple terms, it's where you manage your databases, it's where you create your databases. Now I'm not going to go into any extreme details here. I'm just going to show you how to create your first database. What we're going to do is we're going to go to databases. We're going to see this create new database here. We're going to create our first database, say WordPress site 1. I'm going to press create. Now over in this sidebar here you'll see your WordPress site 1 is just created. We're going to click on that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to privileges. Now in privileges you'll see a list of users here. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new user. Make sure this field is set to use text field, and we're going to give it your username, and in my case I'm going to name it Gavin. Now for host, set that to local, and automatically that text there will change to localhost. For password, again use text field, and I'm going to enter my own password here and then retype it. And make sure you remember your username and password. Now once we've done that, we're going to go down the page and we're going to press go. You'll see this text here. This is basically the SQL version of what you've just done. You don't need to worry about that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our WordPress site 1 here on the sidebar. We're going to go to privileges. Like that. And we're going to see, we see the user we just created here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to press edit privileges and press check all in this pop-up box. Go down and press go. Now that will have given the user we've just created all right privileges to the database that we just created. Now I know this may be a little hard to follow right now, and you don't really need to know a lot about this other than what to do what we've just done. And now what we've got to do is we've got to open a text editor. Now the text editor I use is called Sublime Text 2. It is a paid for text editor. It is by far the best one I've ever used. You can use whatever you want. You can use Notepad++, you can use TextMate, you can use whatever you feel comfortable with. You can use Dreamweaver, any editor you want. This is just the one I'm going to use for my videos. I find it the easiest to use. I find it the nicest looking to use. So that's what I'm going to do. Now in this, I'm going to press File, press Open File. Going to go to this local disk C. Going to go to the exam folder, the htdocs folder, and this WordPress folder that we've already pasted in here. In this you'll see a file called wp-config sample. We're going to open that. Now in here we have a list of settings here, all starting with define. All we have to do is enter the information that we had in our database here. So what I'm going to do is, my database name was called WordPress site 1. My username was Gavin. My password was, well, I'm not going to tell you that. The SQL hostname was localhost. Again, you don't need to worry about anything else down here now. Now all we have to do is press File, Save As. Now this is important, we don't call it wp-config sample. We get rid of the sample and we call it wp-config. This is very important as this is how WordPress will read it. So press Save. And then you can go out of your text editor. Now what we have to do is go back to our web browser, type in localhost / WordPress, which is the name of the folder we pasted into that htdocs folder, and then type in wp-admin / install.php. You'll come up with this WordPress screen here. This is the easiest install you'll ever have to do. Enter your site title, I'm going to call it Gavin's site. Enter your username, I'm going to call mine Gavin. Enter your password. I use pretty much the same password for both, so I'm just going to enter that here. Enter your email. I'm going to use gavin@gavinflood.com. You won't need this for testing. You won't receive emails from WordPress for testing locally, so it makes no difference. Privacy, I'm going to uncheck this. You don't have to. Again, you're installing it locally, so it won't make any difference. And press Install WordPress. Now, you'll be greeted with this screen. WordPress is installed. All you'll have to do then is log in. Again, my username was Gavin. Enter in my password. I'm going to click Remember Me and log in. This will bring you to the back end, which is where you'll manage your WordPress sites. All we'll have to do then is you can go up here to press Visit Site. That will bring you to the site, or I can open a new tab, type in localhost / WordPress, which is the name of the folder. We paste it into that htdocs folder. Press enter, and this will bring you to your very first WordPress site. Now, that concludes the tutorial for today. We've just learned how to download WordPress, how to create a database, how to install WordPress, and how to edit your wp-config file. So that'll be enough for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.